Hello, Capricorn. Welcome into your reading. So glad to have you here. We're trying to get into your December predictions, starting with the energy that you're going to be going into the month with, and the energy that you're going to be ending the month with, and all the energies in between. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. What's the energy going to be like at the beginning of the month? We have our volcanoes. This is an interesting card to come out here for you to start the month off in December. And it kind of gives me this energy of like things boiling over. Like it's almost leading you to a position of like this power. It's giving you this energy surge. It's a boiling point. Like it's a point where you've had all you can take in a situation and you're ready to kind of like do the right thing that involves you. It's almost like, for example, if you were like sitting in a hurricane, let's just say, for example, hopefully this is not a sensitive subject, but just take it with a pinch of salt. But let's just say you're sitting in a hurricane and you're expecting that your house is not going to flood. And all of a sudden you do start to get water in your home and you're having to make it to the roof and you're like, okay, like I'm not going to ask for help just yet. I'm not going to do the right thing by leaving. I'm going to sit here because I think it's the right thing to do. And then all of a sudden, you then have to make a decision after a bullying point that you do have to ask for help. And you end up getting saved and rescued and everything like that. It's almost like that where you're at a point in your life where things are happening towards you that aren't necessarily the friendliest. It's not necessarily the greatest of energies, but it does feel like you're being asked to take control. Like, hey, like, when are you going to finally step up? When are you going to finally speak up? When are you finally going to do the right thing in your best interest? And it feels like that's the kind of energy that's coming out here. So what is the major timeline going to be like for the month of December for Capricorns? Yep, there we go. We have that Tower moment. And we have the Three of Cups. Temperance card, and the Six of Pentacles with also the Justice card. So these are exactly the cards that I would have expected to have come out after what I had just said, realistically. So the energies that are coming out is that there is a structure of how you participate life. And I think it has to deal with people that you're relatively close to, or it's maybe based off your perception of how things are supposed to work and operate in the world with the interaction with people. And I feel like maybe you have been burnt one too many times here recently. And I think there's going to be a huge catalyst that comes into your life that you're just like, man, like that is the last straw. I am tired of this. I do not want this to continue to happen. Everything I do for everybody else always makes them happy, excited, cheerful, relatively, in a good position and a good connection. But for some reason, this one incident is just the final straw for you where you're not going to want to do that anymore. You're not going to want to like cater so much to other people. And I think this is something that has been working its way slowly into your life for a long time now. And it's something that you need to really, really realize that there is a strategy to it. There's not just some sort of like, give it your all and expect everything to come in return for you, because that's not really how it works. People are always going to take as much as they can receive and, only give back half, if anything at all. And you are definitely kind of figuring that out. You're demonstrating to me throughout the month of December that you are coming up with calculations. You're coming up with like these experiments. You're understanding like why certain things have a certain reaction, and what about if you do something a different way and see what kind of reaction you get. Maybe you're even testing people. Maybe you're even giving people the opportunity to show what their true colors are. And you're going to be like, okay, now that you showed me that you are the one that's taking too much and not giving anything back, maybe I'm not going to give you anything at all. Like it's going to be that simple. And you are going to really stand up for yourself, I feel like, this month of December, where things are really showing their true colors, and you are going to be at a point where you need to take your power and you need to demonstrate that. You need to give back to yourself more than you have. You need to put yourself in a more of a priority in your life, and you're going to be making better executive decisions that affect you in a good way, right? And it really, really benefits you. And things that are not benefiting you will be cut out or will be diluted to a point where they're not having as much of effect on you. So what is the overall energy of the emotional and the physical for Capricorns? We got the Four of Pentacles and we've got the King of Wands. So with the emotional or the Four of Pentacles, you're definitely being reserved. You're definitely learning from these past lessons. You're definitely operating in kind of a reaction to, the things that have happened, or the past traits that other people have shown you that they are more inclined to do. You're acting accordingly based on what they have presented to you, or what the past situations have presented to you. And your emotional investments are determined by that. You are also being reserved. You're being kind of held back. Maybe you're going to be acting a bit differently. Maybe you're going to be more observant versus actually acting like emotionally first. You're going to be content. You're going to be in a situation where you're just like, okay, I know what my value is. I know what I have. I'm just here. I'm existing. I'm going along with everything, but I'm not putting more energy into anything that needs to, right? And with the King of Wands, it really shows me that you are feeling very validated in these choices and these decisions, and you're just pursuing forward. You are allowing yourself to really take control of the situation. You have the information to take action, and you're taking action, and you're blazing your own trail. You know that you're able to kind of create your path forward, and you are the one that has to have that power within inside you to create your path forward, and you don't need to really allow yourself to rely on other people to help create that power or that path. You are the one that's blazing that path. You are the one that's in control of that path, because it's ultimately your path. It has nothing to do with anybody else and how you feel or how things make you feel or anything like that. You're the one that pays consequences for your decisions, and I feel like, going to be making really good, healthy decisions for yourself that gives you good consequences and gives you good return, gives you a good bang for your buck, I guess you could say. So let's see who or what is coming into the life of Capricorns. Who or what is coming into Capricorn's life in December? We have Five of Wands. There's obstacles, but once the obstacles are dealt with, there's also improvement. There's also things that are helping you build things up, maybe build certain energies up, maybe build certain tolerances to certain things that are healthy for you. Maybe there is a lack of tolerance to certain things, and you're more sensitive to those things. And I kind of feel like you're going to be a bit more aggressive, be a bit more building upon that weaker tolerance to make it stronger, so that way you don't feel as sensitive to those things. It's almost like what I feel like is like a guilt trip type scenario, where if you are easily guilt tripped, maybe you won't necessarily be guilt tripped anymore. It's like seeing a sweet little grandma at the grocery store needing to buy groceries or something and forgot $1 in the car, and you give her $1. It's kind of like that scenario where maybe you don't necessarily are inclined to do those kind of things anymore, where you kind of, feel sorry for somebody and go out of your way to do something for them. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. But let's see, who or what is leaving the life of Capricorn? Two of Swords. Interesting. Two of Swords is leaving the life of Capricorn. Maybe there's been some really deep feeling that you've been needing to do this, or maybe other people have told you hey, you're a pushover, you're letting things happen to you, and people are running you over. And you just feel like, no, like that's how life is supposed to be. That's how things are supposed to be done. It's the goodness of my heart. But realistically, you're not like producing anything from that, right? And I feel like that confliction, that really bothering type of energy of what people have told you versus what you naturally feel, I just feel like that's going to be something that is settled with and something that you're not going to have to feel as conflicted with anymore. And you're going to be able to kind of like help yourself more. So, what is the biggest change that is going to take place in the month of December? We have the Eight of Pentacles, and we also have the Ace of Wands. So, it seems like this is going to be very inspiring for you to make these changes, because I think realistically it lightens your load a little bit here. Maybe you don't feel like you have to work as hard, and maybe you can work on things that naturally benefit you and inspire you to work on things that, gets your juices going, right? Maybe you have projects that's been delayed. Maybe you have things that you've been putting off because you've been helping other people, or maybe there's things that you've been avoiding because you haven't had the right help for. And now I think you're just going to be able to, find the right people, find the right connections, lessen your load of the amount of things that you have to do or that's on your agenda. And you're going to be able to do things that's more, encouraging, more inviting for you to participate in. And I think you're going to be working really hard on individual things for yourself, and maybe individual projects, or maybe just focusing on your own task instead of focusing on helping the community or helping, the people that's in your life, or helping your coworkers, or whatever the case may be. I just feel like the biggest change is that you're going to be kind of self-influenced to do things for yourself more than you have in recent past. So, what does Capricorns need to be made aware of during the month of December? We have the King of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So, a lot of the things that you're going to be saying or taking action on is coming from a good place. I feel like it's going to be coming from a very well collected place that, delivers a lot of what needs to be changed in your life to be comfortable in your life. Okay. So a lot of the things that you're going to be doing, even if it does feel like it's out of reaction, or it does feel like it's out of impulse, or if it does feel like it's, like sharp tongued in a way, just really quick reactions, that it's going to be delivering you to a place of comfortability. It's going to make you feel more at peace. It's going to make you feel more inclined to reach where you're wanting to go. And I think that's what you need to be made aware of, is that the things that you want and the things that you can have is going to come in a way that you're least expected to have it come towards you. And there might be a piece of advice as well that you might receive during the month of December that can also alter your mindset to really kind of flip into what your desires are. Maybe you're not like necessarily fully calibrated into the correspondence or the right connection, the right vibration for what it is that you want. But I feel like this switch is going to flip over, and you're going to understand it a lot more, and you're going to be able to pursue it in a greater way, which is really, really awesome. But with the energy at the end of the month for you, we have Beginnings East as the card for the energy that you're going to be leaving the month of December with, which is a really nice energy, because at the beginning of the year, actually at the end of the month, technically it's going to be Capricorn season. So Capricorn season is going to be from the end of the year to the beginning of the year, and we are starting a new year, which is really awesome. So I feel like this is going to be a fresh new beginning for you, a fresh new take on life. And I feel like with everything I don't know, like this could be a position of like maybe moving east, or I don't know, what does the east mean? Could be like the sun is coming up on the east and falling on the west, and maybe you're more in that good morning, high vibrational type of energy, like that good feeling of like sipping on your cup of coffee in the morning and relaxing type of energy. And I just feel like that's kind of what it's speaking out to me, is that there's just a new day to rise from this, a new beginning to rise from this, and you're going to have this new take on life. And that's just kind of the energy that you're going to be invoking in. And it's something worth like celebrating, because it almost feels like it's just a new chapter in your life, literally, figuratively, whatever you want to say, because it's something. It takes a perspective change to be able to like create new momentum and new life in your life, to be able to add to things that you desire for or want. So this is kind of the energy that you're going to be at the end of the month. It's just setting yourself up for a change or a new beginning. It's going to be really exciting for you. All right, Capricorn, that's what I got for you. Hopefully all this makes sense and it resonates with you well. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. And if you have a question stemming off this reading that you would like some clarity or answers to, feel free to check out the link below in the description. I do private readings. And until next time, till next reading, hope you take care. Love you all.